Hi, in this module I will guide you through all the functions, decorators and classes that CrewAI has to provide. This module is about knowing what you can actually do with CrewAI, technically speaking, so what you can actually use with Python. At the same time, check the official documentation so you can see if something has changed or if there's something new. I hope you will enjoy it. After seeing what an agent is and why agentic AI for some cases is better than the classical approach, it's time to put these things in practice. But in particular, it's time to see how CrewAI implements these concepts like agents, tasks, and crews. So, if you remember, we did mention agents a lot. To recap, just to be sure that we know what we're talking about, an agent is an autonomous unit and is based on three main key points, which are basically the key points that are implemented in CrewAI. So the agent is in charge of performing a task, making decision, and collaborate with other agents. Based on these key points, CrewAI provides this interface. So what's an agent indeed? An agent can be a researcher, can be a writer, can be a customer support. So we can have different stories and roles for the agent. And how do we decide what we need based on the problem we want to solve? So we can have, if we have a look into the class that is provided by CrewAI, we can see that it's quite trivial to understand. We have a role, in this case, agent role. This is just a placeholder. We have a goal where we explain what the agent has to do. We will see that, which is actually the power of CrewAI, we'll see that there is a difference between the goal and the actual task. The task is what the agent is going to do. But the goal is a general overview of what this agent is about. One example is if this agent is a researcher, the goal is to provide very good paper for the upcoming conferences, for instance. And then we have a backstory. The backstory is, if you're familiar with prompts, is something that we always try to make sure that is part of the prompt whenever we work with a classical approach. In this case, it is separated from the goal and from the task, as we will see. The backstory is just something that we provide to make the agent, we can say, more self-aware of the things that he has to do or she has to do. And then in this case, we also have verbose, gives us an understanding of what the agent is doing under the hood. So we can see in the prompt what is actually doing the agent while looking for a solution or trying to accomplish a task. Then we have the tasks. This is why I love to work with CrewAI. If we think about the classical approach, we have to put things like goals, backstory, tasks, accepted output, all in one prompt. So you don't have a lot of scalability because you don't really have an interface you can talk to, but you're just putting everything in one single string. So you can imagine that it's not a dynamic approach. You don't have any sort of scalability if you want to change something. In this case, we have a different object, different class for the task. So before looking into the actual implementation, let's remember that the idea of having tasks is to let the agent do their work. So we don't want to tell the agent what to do exactly when we define the agent, but instead we want to define tasks that are completely detached from the agent, and we can change them, and we can also assign different tasks to different agent, or perhaps the same tasks to the same agent, or one task to all the agents that we have in our crew. So we will see how this thing is actually working. If we check the implementation, we see that we have a description. The description is all about what you want the agent to do with this task. So the task is about, in this case, find and summarize the latest and most relevant news on AI. We're not mentioning anything about backstories, goals, and actually this task is not really aware of what we want to do with our application. It's just about one single task. Then we are specifying the agent. So this is basically the agent that will receive this task, and the expected output. Also, another really interesting way to approach tasks and LLMs, because we are not putting everything in one single prompt, but instead we are saying, hey, this is the expected output, and if I need to, I can change it without touching what I put in the description, or even better, what I have in the agent. Now we move to one of the most important concepts in CrewAI, probably the most important, which is crews. The crew is as important as trivial to understand. It's just a group of agents. You can see the crew as a team where you have a marketing researcher, a developer, a product owner, and so forth, so on. And they're all working based on some tasks that we define. They're all working towards the same goal. The implementation of the crew also is quite straightforward. We have the class crew, and in the crew we define the agents that are part of this crew, the tasks that are assigned to the agents that we define that we have previously defined. And then we have a process, which is the way the agents have to collaborate. In this case, it's sequential. This is how we tell the agents to collaborate within the crew. And then a couple of more things like about the output and the verbose, which is basically what we have seen before and what we're going to use in the hands-on. Now we move to process, one of the core components of CrewAI. Process tells the agents how to collaborate. And there are different ways we can let the agents collaborate. So you can imagine that if you're working in a team, perhaps you have some hierarchy where a manager is in charge of making sure that the team is going the right direction. And if the manager sees that something is not working, or perhaps we are moving away from the final goal, the manager can adjust the shot. The manager can go to one of the crew member and say, hey, you have to do this thing differently because we're actually moving away from the goal. And then we have sequential, for instance. So we have a list of operations you want to perform, and you just go with classical and trivial sequential approach. Or consensual, which is also not part of this course, but it's something that gives the agents the way to kind of provide their opinion in order to reach a specific goal. And if I remember well, this is still a parameter that is not official, perhaps. Maybe it's a beta parameter. Then another key point of why working with CrewAI can be very useful, but in general working with frameworks like this, is the flexibility of switching to different models whenever we have to. So I like to say that CrewAI is LLM agnostic. For some frameworks, this is not always true, but with CrewAI, you can pretty much decide to work with a different framework, and almost all the times you don't have big limitations if you want to switch. One example is the way we define the agent. We can decide that one specific agent is using ChatGPT 4, and perhaps we can create a different agent with another model. And then we don't have to take care of anything that is model specific, because what we're going to do is just using the interfaces that are provided by CrewAI. So you can imagine that these two agents based on two different LLMs are going to be part of the same crew. And we don't really see this difference. We're just working with the interface. So we just have to define this on the top of our code. Perhaps we can switch to a different LLM model after a couple of executions because we see that the performance are not great, and nothing will change in the rest of the code. For now, that's it, and thank you.